Hello, fellow teachers. This is a PowerPoint presentation that is no prep and allows you to go into class and have a great lesson teaching family members to your students with virtually no effort on your part, at least for the first lesson. And it's full of interactive games that the students will absolutely love. And so let's have a look. Here's the title, My Family, and this is the main menu. And the PowerPoint itself is, I think it's about 100 slides long because it includes the flashcards also, if you want to print them out. And here it has the I. The I stands for information, and that'll be on many slides to tell you a little bit about what that particular game or activity is about. So this one tells you about the main menu, and it tells you how to create hyperlinks and how to use the main menu slide. The one thing about this one is that yes, you do have to create the hyperlinks for, and then just click this one, for any game or activity that's outside of the main PowerPoint. Because when it's saved down onto your computer, it's saved under your computer, obviously, in a totally different name in a totally different place. So there's no way for me to know where that will be. It's very easy to do. I'll go through that at the end of the recording. So for those of you who know how to do it, you don't have to endure that. And here are the buttons that are on every slide of the PowerPoint that allow you to easily maneuver through it. And this is exit the home page, which is the main menu page, and the return to the previous slide viewed. And this is the previous slide and the forward slide or next slide. So the title of this one, like I said, is Family Members. And when you start teaching family members, traditionally you use flashcards that you print A4 paper, or maybe you bought some on good cardstock. But this means that you don't have to carry around flashcards, which is really great for an ESL teacher, because oftentimes we have to go into many different classes and you can't be carrying all that stuff with you. It's a little burdensome. And so here's the I again. The information tells you what they're for and how to use them, what the buttons are for. And then just click this one, return to previous slide viewed, and take you back there. So you show the students this flashcard. Obviously it's mom. So after they've guessed it, you can click the button or click the picture and the word will come up here. In this case it's mom. If you clicked it by accident, you just click it again and it'll disappear. And the audio is here also.
Mom.
I tried to put as much audio throughout the PowerPoint as I could because people seem to like it, and also that way it can be used by the students too, and by you if you're sick and losing your voice that day. Alright, so you can just go through the screen flashcards just like
Dad.
that. After you're done doing that, you can return to the main menu, and then you have three options of drilling games that you can do with your students. And one is slow reveal, what's missing, and the new one they have for the first time in the slide, which is what is it in this PowerPoint. Slow reveal is where the students, after they've been introduced to the vocabulary, the picture rises from the bottom of the screen, and they try to guess what it is as it rises, which they find interesting. So, same as the flashcards, except that it rises from the bottom. And they'll be yelling, baby, or whatever. And so it goes through all the flashcards like that, and then what's missing? They're shown all of the flashcards, but one is covered up, and they have to figure out what that one is. When they have, you can just click the card and it'll fall away. And
Grandpa.
all of them have audio.
Dad.
And you go on to the next. And it has that neat little fracture transition. So after you've introduced and then drilled the target vocabulary, you can continue drilling. And finish that one. And this is my new, what is it? Picture reveal. So very simple to use. Just click reveal button and a group of squares will disappear and the students will try to guess what is the picture. So maybe you've already guessed it's baby. Here you go, baby. Audio's here.
Baby.
And if you click it again, with each click, more is revealed until it's fully revealed what it is. Okay, now we know it's brother. And it goes through all of them like that. That's a new one. I was thinking about how to create this one for a very long time. And I finally was able to do it to my satisfaction, so I'm happy with that. And then we have the word wall, which you can use for a number of different activities and usages. I don't know if that's a word. Uses. And forgive me, I was work dinner late last night. And tells you how you can use the word wall, gives you some ideas, but I think it's pretty straightforward. Oops. I clicked the wrong button. All right. So you can just,
Mom. Dad.
Click.
Grandma.
And they can repeat, working on their pronunciation. Again, trilling, you can just point to it and have them produce the word, that kind of thing. And you can also have it up for when they're doing any kind of writing exercise. We have a sentence builder slide. If I click it here, click it. The question I put in there is, who is this? Because that is the most common sentence structure that they will use when they're learning this vocabulary and introducing their family. And the answer is, this is my. I've recorded audio.
Who is this? This is my mom. This is my dad. This is my grandma.
And so on. If you don't want that sentence structure, you can just highlight it while in slideshow mode, this one in particular, because, and you can just change the question. Where are they? I don't know what you might use for that, but there you go. We're not going to do that though. This is done by using a macro. So if it's not working on your computer for some reason, you have two options. You can just delete it and put in a text box and write your own text box like that. Or you can enable macros, which is pretty easy to do, but you have to find it on your PowerPoint and allow it to work. Then clouds. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different games you can play with your students. And you can use that to practice or review or warm up or whatever. You have, 5 or 10 spare minutes in the class. Either the vocabulary or the sentence structure. And some of the games are better for different levels. Like, for instance, clouds is better for the really young. Clouds and spinning are better for the really young ones. And then I'd say for the medium ones, you can do beat the bomb. And then for the medium competitive ones, you can do the Go game and the Battleship, because they are team games. And so they work really well with boys. And then also the memory game. It's also a team game. And memory here is memory picture. So picture to picture. You're just finding the two pictures that match. And then the new one here is memory words, where it's word and picture. So here you can see the word grandma and then picture. I'll go through them more in detail. And then here I have a drag and drop puzzle, which was hard to create, but I think it looks awesome. And the kids will enjoy it. It'll be really good for like a whole class review game. Probably take you about, I'd say, at least 20 minutes. And so let's have a look more in depth at the games. Clouds. The eye is here. Information tells you how to use it. Click the return button when you're done. And the clouds move. So like I said before in other videos, I think I said this anyway, I got this particular idea off of the Superminds DVD interactive ones, but I created my own even when I had the DVD, because if they hit the wrong button, then or the wrong picture, then it just told them they were wrong and went to the next slide. And you know, with kindergarten or grade 1 students, you don't want to crush them like that because they're never going to want to play again. So I created it so that if they hit the wrong one, there's just like a soft, delete sound, so their heart won't be crushed and they can try again. They won't be dissuaded from trying again. And that's what happens when you hit all the wrong ones. And then when you hit the right one, there's a little chime and it goes on to the next slide, which you can either read here or press the audio button.
Grandma.
Okay, and it goes through all the vocabulary words once. I'll go through all of them here because it'll take an hour. Get away from me. Alright, and the next game is spinning. This is the same idea, except this time they spin around. And again, this was the Superminds DVD game, but there was the same problem with it that I didn't like. So they just disappear here. There's more of a banging sound, but and then he spins.
Baby.
That's not a baby. No. That's baby. You gotta have fun with this stuff, or else you go crazy. And then beat the bomb. That's my own creation idea. I think it is anyway.
Mom.
So there's little timers here. They disappear every 2 seconds, so it's a total of 10 seconds. And if they don't hit the right button in 10 seconds, boom, the bomb goes off. Hence, beat the bomb. These have different sound. They hit the right one. And so on until they go through the whole game. I played this as a class, by the way. So, the students that are sitting nicely and paying attention, they can come up and play. And I also use it as a form of behavior management, because those who are not behaving, I tell them they won't get to play. And suddenly they start behaving and doing their work. Or I tell them if they're doing something they don't like, when you finish, we can play again. Obviously you guys can figure that out, but just talking, I guess. And then go game. Click on that one. Team game. The students love this one. I play all these, by the way, with my students, so I know they work and I know that they're really helpful in the classroom. This one has a sentence here. This is my brother, so you can use this one after you've taught the sentence structure and not just the word. But you can use all of them for that, but this one particularly I made for that reason.
This is my brother.
And you'd have the red team and the blue team, so split the class into 2 teams. And then have one student from each team come up and stand in front of the board here and here. And if you don't have an interactive touch board, that's fine. It's the same with all the games as well. I don't either, but we do have a large screen TV in the classroom. And then I hook my laptop computer to the TV through the HDMI cord, and then I just use it with a mouse. And then I take the mouse and I take the mouse pad and I put it on a spare desk, and I have the students come up and they can click for the individual ones. And then for a game like this one, I just have them come up to the screen and touch the screen. And be careful with this one, though, that they don't slap the screen. So in order to control them from doing that, I just tell them, you can only use one finger, and if you hit it too hard, then the team goes to the point goes to the other team, and suddenly, they behave. So that's just a quick little pointer there for using this game, because they tend to get excited and want to smash the screen. So this is my brother. All right, for example, so they're both standing at the screen. You can imagine one student here, one student here, and whoever I see touching it first, I will put my mouse over it and give them the point. Again, if you have a touch screen or an IWB, then you don't need that. However, I would caution against actually using the touch screen, because unless you have good control of your students, and they won't get too crazy, because what they tend to do is hit many buttons, and they won't wait for the next student, and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I'm babbling a little here. Let's go to check the score. And you can see that there's a macro scoreboard here. So every time they hit the right button, it will award them a point. And every time they hit the wrong button, it will take away a point. After you're done, you can reset the game. And if you want to increase the points manually or take them away, for instance, for if there was a mistake made, or if you want to use it as a kind of behavior thing, if they're being too loud, you tell them you're going to take away a point. It's very helpful. Oops, I went back. And then, sorry, the right one on both the screen will work. Gotta drink some lemon tea for my throat. And then they hit the wrong one. That's what happens.
This is my baby. This is my mom. This is my family.
Yeah, so you can use it for reading or for speaking. And check the score. Reset the game. We'll reset the points and exit you out of the PowerPoint. And that link you'll have to create yourself because it's a different format than this one. The other game I have is Battleship. These you can use for spare time, but also for reviewing for tests, or just a game day or a fun English class or whatever. So the icon tells you how to play it, and you can choose different layouts too. If you want to choose a different layout, then I'll show you that later, how to do it. It's really easy, but you can't do it in Slideshow mode. You'd have to enter it separately. So it already has a layout that I've chosen. So let's go back. Anyway, you'd have a green team and a red team. And if you've ever played the game before, then you already know it. And just call out, for instance, C2. So you click on C2. And they would have to answer the question or produce the target vocabulary. For instance, the teacher might say, "Who is this?" And the student might have 10 seconds to say, "This is my brother." If they answer correctly, you can click it, and it will reveal what's beneath. And the object of the game is to try to find the other team's ships. And when they find the ships, to sink them, and the team that sinks their ships first wins the game. So let's go through, let's try to find one. And then just click it. It bams. And then you go and change. Now they only have 3 ships. And continue until there you go. Until the game is won. Exit out. Don't save the changes unless you want to. And the puzzle. Very proud of this one. I had to purchase a drag and drop and learn how to use it for PowerPoint. And then make all the puzzle pieces, all the work that went into it. Absolute genius, turns out, in my opinion. Oh, give me a break, I just woke up. Alright, so the way you play this is like you can use it as a review game. Or, however you want. Student chooses a number. So they choose number 5. Who's this?
This is my grandma.
That's the answer. After you've clicked the button and the answer has appeared here, just click it again to make it disappear. Otherwise, the next time you come to the slide, the answer will be there. And I did that so that I wouldn't have to have 35 slides, right? So now I can just have 8 slides. And that just takes up a lot less memory out of the computer. Let's go back. Now that they've answered it correctly, you can tell the student to tell you where does the piece go. And you just click and release it once and to pick it up, and then you can just freely drag it around. This is a really great drag and drop. No stalls or anything. And then you click it again, and it goes into place. If you click it, click one, and you put it in the wrong spot, like this for example, it's just going to go back to its original spot. We'll do the whole puzzle so you can see what it looks like when it's done. Oops, baby. Of course, you'd be asking them questions, and they'd be doing this so you can see the amount of time this might take. So this could take 20 minutes to half an hour, even 40 minutes, I guess, depending on your class. Or you could do it real quick. I don't know. Where does this one go? Oh, yeah. Baby, 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 oh, it's like baby. Yeah, that's Backstreet Boys. You can date me by that song. Uh-oh. I always get that piece wrong. But I wanted to show this to you because I think it looks really pretty. I'm really happy with the colors. And of course, if you don't like this part, you can just skip it. It's the beauty of YouTube. Just go forward. I'm sure the ding is kind of annoying, actually, now that I think about that. But, you know, when you're playing it, they're not going to be doing that all the time. You're going to be answering questions. It's just when you do it, one after the other, like this. And there you go. Beautiful little puzzle. Isn't that cute? And where's my little icon here? There you go. It drags around the screen like a dream. I'm really happy about that because I tried many other drag and drops. You know, free ones you could download on the internet, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Sometimes they were really slow. They couldn't handle it, but this one is really great. I bought it, and it's a dream. So yeah, then when you go back, you can see that it's changed colors to let you know that you've already chosen number 5. Who is this? This is my brother.
This is my brother.
I'm famous now. Okay, there you go. Just like that. And then when you exit out of it, don't save the changes. Next time you go back into it, I'll show you. It's like it was never used, which is great, unless you save the changes, which you can do, but you won't be able to get it back like that. And memory game. Memory game 1 and memory game 2. Memory game 1 is matching pictures, and memory game words is matching a picture to the word. So memory game picture is in the PowerPoint. It's also got a macro counter. Easy to use like that. Obviously, you just split the class into 2 teams. When they find a pair, say, who's this? Give them 10 seconds. If they can answer it, click on the button and award a point and continue with the game until there's no cards left. Memory words is outside of the PowerPoint in the extra games file. And it has words. Okay, there's mom. Big word to the picture. Gives me some rereading practice or reading practice. There you go. Just exit out of there. Don't save. And the song, there's a really good song by English True TV that I use with my students all the time. It's a Family Members song, and the vocabulary fits almost perfectly. So I created a YouTube link and a Yoku link. I did embed them, but I realized, oh yeah, copyright. So that might be a problem. Yeah. So I can provide the links, but not the, I can't embed the song into the PowerPoint because that's not fair. So by sharing the link, you know, they get hits and numbers and on their YouTube page and stuff. And also there's a Yoku one for teachers that are teaching in China, because they can't get YouTube unless they have a VPN, which is often troublesome. So you can see here that the link. I'm not going to click on it because it's going to take, because with the PowerPoint and then the video software running, it's going to take too long with my recording software going. But it's there. Or you can put in your own song too. And then the word matching slide. This is the handout. And so I made a take-up slide. Because when you teach young kids, you either have to mark 25 or 35 pages when they're all finishing within 10 minutes, which is kind of hard, or collect them and mark them all afterwards. Or you can just have them change with a friend, or mark their own, which is so much nicer. And then you can look at them later, because it's not a test, right? It's just a class. Let's practice. So you can hit the enter button, or scroll down on the wheel on your mouse, or hit the space bar, and the answers can come up. Use that. And if you want to take them away, you know, just arrow up or scroll up, and they'll disappear. And the word search, I print the word match and the word search back to back, so the students that finish the word search first can, or word match first, can do the word search, and they won't be going, teacher, I'm done, and, you know, waving it in your face. They have something to keep them busy. Something educational. All right. Take up slide again. Same thing. You just take it up with them like that. Whoa. Okay. And flashcards to print. If you are ambitious and if you do have an activity that does require flashcards, there are color flashcards in the main PowerPoint you can print. Just be sure that when you are printing, you only select those slides. Otherwise, yeah, that's a lot of printing to be done. And then I have black and white too. And then there are student flashcards in color and black and white. And these come in really handy for self-study, or what I use them for mostly is for a number of speaking activities in the classrooms and games also. Oops, I just exited out there. That's not what I wanted to do. And the PowerPoint is open, so you can print from there. Here's the worksheets that I made to go with the lesson, because you don't want them staring at the TV all the time. They can, there's a picture, the English word, and they can write it in their own native language. There's the printout. Color and black and white, word search, find someone who, so for instance, this one would be good to use student flashcards with. You know, give a student a certain flashcard, and then they have to find the person that has that flashcard by asking the target question and producing the target answer. Color and black and white. Presentation where they can draw their family members and trace it, or higher level where they can write the whole sentence for themselves. Color and black and white. And tracing worksheet. Writing worksheet. trace and color word scramble answers. There you go. And then I've put in here a listening test, which I think is pretty neat. It's the first one I've done before.
This is my baby.
And you just click the right
This is my family.
just like that, and it goes through all of them.
This is my brother.
And then you can hand that out to the students in color or black and white. So you can use that as another worksheet if you're not giving them listening tests. For example, I don't give listening tests because I just do speaking and writing, but I'll definitely use it in the classroom as a listening assignment worksheet. Speaking tests, grading rubric here. Grid, you can write the students' names here, total up their scores. Picture one, who is the is, who is the is, take all the students aside and ask them a target question, record their answers. And then the answer sheet. In case you have to submit it, obviously you would know what that is. And the word box writing test for the lower level. They choose the word from the box and write it in. Color in black and white, answer sheet. Middle, where they have to choose a vowel. And higher level, where they have to write the word out by themselves. Color, black and white, and answer sheet. For easy taking up. Lesson plan. I did the lesson plan different for this one. Because I wanted to revamp the lesson plan, first of all. It was a little too short. After I'd included all of these other activities in it. So I just put in the title and I put in the target words in the target sentence here. And then I typed in part 1 and how long, because my classes are 40 minutes. But most ESL classes could be anywhere from half an hour to 50 minutes, right? So you can decide. Well, we can't decide how long your classes are, but decide what activities. Anyway, part 1 is just introducing a new vocabulary and drilling it. Basically, you're using the PowerPoint for the entire first lesson. And then you're giving them the word matching and the word search. That's traditionally what takes me an entire 40 minutes. Just doing that. And then, and playing the song. And then, part 2 would be introducing the target sentence. And the different worksheets. You just kind of pop them in there. And then you could use the memory game for practicing the target language or the target question and answer. You might want to use that for one, or change that activity out with, say, the, what's it called now? I'm going blank. The student, find someone who, thank you, find someone who, or using the flashcards and trading back and forth, whatever you want to do there, but I put in the memory game. And part 3, that's when they're doing the My Family Draw and Trace worksheet. 4 is they're presenting the assignment. If you have 15 kids in your class, it's going to take an entire class for them to present it. And then you can have a whole class basically for doing some review and doing a listening assignment, speaking, and the writing. And this is general for basically all of the lessons I do, and the little things will change. So you see how this one lesson easily lasts you a week with all the stuff that's in there. And it's fully editable too, by the way. And then there's a little whiteboard that I use in my class because I created this because sometimes I was in a PowerPoint and I didn't want to get out of the PowerPoint to type them or show them something. So I came up with this, where I could just go to the slide and use it as an interactive whiteboard in conjunction with my keyboard. So. And this guy here, you might be wondering what he's for. I put him in there for myself, but I left him in there for you guys because I have a dojo that I created that I use for my class, which is an macro scoreboard thing for each student. And what I do is I hyperlink this to my dojo. So, because what I found before was I had to exit out of the PowerPoint and then go into my dojo, and then if I was in the middle of the game, it would close out the game, and I, which would cause a problem, or I'd have to wait until the game was finished and then go and remember who was good and who was naughty and that kind of thing. Whereas with the dojo, it changed because then I could just access the dojo right from the PowerPoint, which is really nice. So if you have a dojo, then you might want to do that as well. Just an idea. I think it works really well for me anyway. So to click out of here, that's gone all through the PowerPoint. And then you can see here under your family lesson, which is what it'll look like when you get it. There's the audio that's used. And then the clip art. This clip art, this lesson I think is a really good deal. Just for the clip art. Because the lesson is $5, but I sell the clip art for, is it $2.50? I decided on. Yeah, $2.50. This is the first lesson that I had a professional actually create me some clip art that is my own copyrighted clip art. And I wanted to do that so that the PowerPoint could be open and the teacher can make changes, but also they could add their own worksheets with clip art that matched stuff that was already in the lesson. So you're free to use this clip art to create more worksheets for yourself. And if you want to use it to create your own curriculum or something like that, then you should buy the license for that. But if you just want to use it for this lesson, then it's included in it. And it's in color and black and white. And games extra are where you're going to find the games that are outside. There's the puzzle, words, memory, the go game, and the battleship. And pictures, you don't need that. That's stuff that I had to make in the file. You can delete that when you get it if you want to save space. Printables, lesson plan worksheets, and the assessments. They're all in PowerPoint, and they're all fully editable. So for instance, go into the worksheets here. Paper. There you go. You can go in. You have to go in like this, because if you go in, like you can go in through the main PowerPoint and the main menu slide, but it's going to pull it up in slideshow mode. And when you're in slideshow mode, you can't make changes, right? So this is how you have to go in if you want to make your own worksheets or make some changes. Or heaven forbid, I made a mistake. I tried really hard on this one not to make any mistakes. I went through it about 5 times proofing it. But honestly, there's so much. There might have been something still that slipped through. Unfortunately, I tried so many times. I'm terrible at proofing, I think. And writing. I was going to show you. Oh yes. So if you stuck around till the end, I promised to show you how to do the hyperlink. So like I said, I did my very, very best to put everything in the PowerPoint that I possibly could. The problem is that some games had different macros and scoreboards and formats. Like for instance, the word matching I mean, the worksheets are A4 paper, right? So, and my PowerPoint is slideshow 1610, so it's just not going to fit. So for all those, and then some of these games, like the drag and drop, it can't be. And so there were, unfortunately, I wasn't able to realize my dream fully in having everything in the PowerPoint, but I was able to link them, which works pretty much the exact same. The only difference is that there's this annoying little thing I was explaining in the beginning where if you move the file, then you have to relink the games and activities and worksheets that are outside of the main PowerPoint, because it can't find them because they're in a new spot on a different computer or USB or whatever. And as I was saying, it's very easy to fix that, but maybe somebody doesn't know how to do it, so I'm going to show you real quick. So for instance, basically all the way up till the game, beat the Go game, they're all in the PowerPoint. So is the song, so is the memory game. But the Go game will never be in the PowerPoint because of its macro. Also the battleship, also the puzzle because of its drag and drop feature, and also all your printables. So you might have to create those links. Anyway, enough talking how to get into creating the links. If you don't know, just double click so that you select the button or the picture like that, and see how it has the link there. There's a number of ways to do it. You can just, but the way I do it is go to Insert, Action, and then you'll see the links. And you just choose Other PowerPoint Presentation, because it's a PowerPoint presentation. And Games Extra is where you'll find it. And then just select the Go game, highlight it, and then click OK. And it asks you what slide you want to go to. Always the first slide. You can add sound or highlight click if you want, but I don't. What's the point? Okay, so it's that easy. So to show you again, we'll do it for the battleship game. Double click. You have to double click, because if you single click and highlight the whole thing, then when you go to insert, see how the action links button isn't highlighted there? That's because it can't link two objects at the same time. It can only link one. So that's why you have to double click. See, now you can see it's highlighted the battleship game, right? So then you just go to Insert, Action, Links, Hyperlink to Other PowerPoint Presentation, Battleship. Okay. 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 I wasn't lying either. It's really easy. And once you do it once and it stays in that spot, it will remember the link. Okay, that's just how you do it. The other way you can do it is after you select it, right click. Oops. Other things. Right click. And then you can just edit link that way. Let's go here, edit link. So you have to do that. 1, 2, 3. And if you keep it on that computer, like you said, yeah, you won't have to do it again. It will remember it after that. It's just when you move it that it can't find the file again. So I think that was it. I think this video is really long, but I feel like there was something else. Nope, that's it. Okay, great. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, you can send me a message in Teachers by Teachers, or you can write a comment below and I will respond to it. The lesson is selling at Teachers by Teachers now for about $5, and if you click on the link, then you can purchase it. Let me see if I can find. There it is. Family No Prep PowerPoint lesson for sale there. I'm gonna upload the video and you just download and you have that baby, that jewel. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Bye bye. If I can find the movie screen.